This is Bryce Van Patten from Metal Express Radio Backstage, and today I have two very special guests from one of the coolest hard rock bands out there, the Dead Daisies. My guests today are Glenn, the voice of rock Hughes, and guitarist Doug Aldrich. Thanks for being my guest today. How's it going?
Good. Beautiful here. Yeah. Beautiful.
Excellent. So, can we talk a little bit about the Dead Daisies collective? Because when you look at a lot of bands, they list everybody that's not playing currently as former members, but you guys do it differently.
We
talk about that a little.
It's kind of similar in a way. I mean, it's an open relationship. That's what it kind of feels like. Mm-hmm. We're all family. You know, as an example, Brian Tishy was in the band before I was in the band, before Glenn was in the band. And then he and I did a record together, and then he did a tour, and then he left, and now he's back. So it's kind of an open door, you know, thing. Mm-hmm. But this lineup is really, it feels really like a family, and it's very solid. I would equate it almost to like the third and fourth versions of Deep Purple, right, Glenn? Mm-hmm. Kind of.
Yeah, it's the same carousel of beauty, you know. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Very family orientated. Mm-hmm.
Right. So, because you guys have members that still pop in and play shows with you, right? I mean, you guys recently do a show with Dino.
No.
No. We did not.
Or was that last year?
Yeah, that's the other Dino. Yeah.
On drums, Dean Castronova.
No. Dean's been gone a couple of years. We love Dean.
All righty. So, if somebody somehow had never heard of the Dead Daisies, how would you guys describe the sound?
I don't know. It's rock music for a classic rock fan. It basically is a classic rock band, you know. Yeah.
It's I would say if you like heavy, simple 70s style blues based songs, you would probably like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that nails it on the head. So you guys have a great new album coming out, Radiance. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah,
how that came together?
The songs were written in a 2-year period. Certain songs were written in 2020, and other songs were written earlier this year. So we had a great selection of songs to choose from.
We were supposed to be touring at the beginning of this year, and it got canceled, obviously, because of COVID. And we had already made a start. Glenn just mentioned we had already made a start on some new songs, and then we came up with a few more, and then we got together and got in the studio and finished them. And it was. I'm really happy that. I mean, I hate that we had to cancel the tour, but I was happy that we made a new record. I'm really excited about it.
Well, we killed some time because we had nothing to do other than make music. So that's helped us a lot. Right. Now we can actually go and tour this album for the next year, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, Glenn, what's your songwriting process like? I mean, how much did your time in Deep Purple influence the way you write music?
Well, it's different now. A lot of my peer group friends talk about the way they used to write songs in their 20s. I write differently now about topics and stuff, and the way I write lyrics, for sure. But I've always been musically a very groove-orientated songwriter. You know, grooves are very important to me, and obviously melody and soulfulness in what I sing, it's very, very important. To this very day, I'm still learning, Bryce. I'm still learning how to be a better singer, a better songwriter, and a better human.
That's awesome. Awesome. So when you guys put the album together, what's your recording process like? I know a lot of bands In the old days, you know, everybody would get together in the studio at once. How was it working on Radiance?
It was the same. We did it. That's the only way that we've ever recorded, was all together. And once
Old
we'd go in the control room and kind of, you know, play through it with acoustic guitars or something to get the arrangement close. Then we'd go in the live room and kind of jam through it with Brian. Basically, the focus is on getting the drums for sure. On you know, you got to get the drums, and then a lot of bass we kept as well. But we played it together probably 5 or 6 times, and then Ben would say, "Yeah, I think we got it," or like, maybe you just need to give me another couple outro sections with some different drum bits so he could experiment with. But overall, everything's cut live.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. There's so many bands these days are, you know, and especially with COVID, they'd be recording the drums one place and then.
Oh God, yeah, that's not cool.
And it's certainly different. That's really great that you guys do it the old-fashioned way, because
always it's definitely the best, man. It's like, right. No, I've done it that other way with other situations, and you can make it work. I mean, it's like if somebody sends me a drum track, I can make it work. But there's nothing like playing with and seeing the guy hit the drums and accenting with them. Sorry about that noise, guys.
No, it's okay. So yeah, being in the same room makes a huge difference, right?
It's the only way, Bryce. It really is.
So, do you guys have a producer, or do you do that in-house?
Producer.
We have a producer called Ben Gross that worked with us on this album and the last album, Holy Ground. And although it's funny because we've all been doing this a really long time, and we all, you know, we have a knowledge of certain aspects of stuff, and especially when Glenn and I would kind of make up these demos just so we could document the song and present it. The demos sounded really good. You know, it was like really raw and really underproduced. And then we give it to the producer, and he, you know, we go in and re-record it, and he does his thing, which is equally, it has an effect on the band. You know, the producer really does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excellent. So I understand you guys also did some virtual performances.
We didn't do any virtual performances. We did a couple of lockdown videos, if that's what you mean, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's probably what it was. It was during.
How was the lockdown videos, and how did that work?
I didn't like them. I wasn't. Listen, you're going to ask me. I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't care for that.
So it would be like this.
Tell me why. Since now you said that, tell me why.
It just didn't feel right. You know, just didn't feel right.
It was awkward. But basically, I would go down to Glenn's house and record him, and then I would go take it to my house and record me, and then send it to David. He'd record himself.
Yeah.
And somebody put it together.
Oh, I see.
It just didn't feel right, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I have to tell you the truth. It just didn't feel. I think everybody knew it, and everybody felt the pain of it. So,
it was funny. It's in the rear.
Right. It doesn't have the magic of.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say it's in the rear view mirror. But virtually playing virtually is not out of the question. At some point, maybe we would do a situation in like a pay-per-view event or something one day. Yeah. Who knows? That could be kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw a band, a Swedish heavy metal band called Burning Witches, and they during the pandemic did just set up on a stage with the PA and the whole thing, and there was no crowd except the virtual audience. But they did get up and play the whole thing live together as a band,
cool.
Which was I think a cool way to approach it.
Sure.
So is that something you guys consider doing?
I hope not.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe if we did, we'd have to make it a special event somehow or something. But I mean, there's no plan for that. We're just really excited about this new album, and we've got tour dates in the U.S., including Portland, And we just can't wait to play these songs live. We've been playing two of them. Now we're going to add another two into the set for this tour.
So, what else? You guys have a tour for the rest of the year lined up? I know you're, like I was talking to Glenn, going to be up in Portland here in September.
Right. Yeah.
How many dates are you guys have lined up, or can you talk a little more about your tour?
I think there's 10 or 9 or 10. And then we go to the UK in December to do 10 shows over there.
Oh, awesome.
But, look, this American tour is vital because we're coming Northwest again, which is a great area. As you know, you live up there. We love it up there. So for us to play America is vitally important for this band. So we are so looking forward to coming and see you in a city near you.
Well, we are looking forward to seeing you guys. So, is there anything else we missed that you guys wanted to talk about or shout out?
We play rock and roll. We play rock and roll music, and we can't wait to play rock and roll for you as soon as possible.
And we appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate you, Bryce. We appreciate what you're doing to spread the word. And I don't know if do you have the album yet?
I do. It's great.
Thanks.
It's really great.
Thank you, Bryce.
So,
and go ahead.
Push it, man. Push it for us. Let's go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't like to make comparisons, but I thought of like late Deep Purple, early John Sykes, White Snake, but kind of on steroids in a way. It sounds so tight, and the melodies and everything work really great. And, I love what you guys are doing. So
Thank you. Thank you, Bryce.
Just thanks again for being my guest.
Pleasure.
Glenn Hughes, Doug Aldrich of the Dead Daisies, and everybody pick up Radiance and buy it and support the band.
Thank you.
Own a copy.
We'll see you soon, Bryce.
All right, thanks, Bryce.
We'll see you.
We'll see you guys at the Boston Nova in September.
Thank you, Bryce.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks
See you there.
Thank you, Bryce. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.